Welcome to Om Times TV, a division of Om Times Media and Broadcasting. Welcome to Ascending with Venus Castleberg, a space where we explore the journey of spiritual awakening, expanding your consciousness and raising your frequency to create a whole new world. We'll dive into the possibilities that open up when you choose to follow the whispers and trust your inner knowing. Each episode is designed to guide you in expanding your awareness, tuning into your intuition, and discovering the magic of your life every day. We'll talk about living aligned with your soul's purpose, going beyond limitations, and creating a life and a world worth celebrating. You are here to embrace who you truly are and step into the infinite potential that's waiting for you. Let's ascend together. And now, here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. For those of you who are joining this week, last week we were still 2024 last Tuesday, right? And I don't know about you, but I was ready for a new year. I realized how much last year, at different times, it wasn't the whole time, but it was the different times last year was really a year of kind of struggle, not really clear on like, where am I headed? What am I doing? Obviously had some moments of clarity, and then I'd have this, I don't know, it's almost like I'd remember for a minute and then I'd forget. Then I'd remember and then I'd forget, right? You ever have that, like, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm so sure I know exactly what's happening right now. And then the next day you're like, where did that clarity go? Definitely in my lifetime, I think there's like there's two things that I found myself saying a lot of the time. Like, I really felt very lost at times. And I felt like I was missing something. And hello, Andrina, nice to see you. Hi, Simon, welcome. Nice to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me. Yes, if you're here, please say hello. I love knowing that I'm talking to somebody other than my face. And if you'd like to call in and ask questions, you could also call in 202-570-7057. Hi, Joyful Tag. Hi, Senora. Hello, everyone. Nice to have you. So yeah, there's definitely times, I think, in all of our lives. I don't think anybody's exempt from feeling like, I don't know, I can't see the forest through the trees, right? Like, you too. Hello, Liz. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, like being in this space of like, who am I? Where am I? Where am I going? And I'll just speak for myself. I'm sure it's probably true for many of you, is it's not really a fun place to be, right? You're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? You may even be questioning, like, you might think you had a purpose or a direction, and then that direction goes away and you're like, oh, maybe that's not the direction. So then you end up in that space of feeling lost again and uncertain. And I've talked to a lot of people, especially, those of you who are in our Facebook group. If you haven't joined our free Facebook group, it's called Bridging Realms. And we'd love to have you over there. But it's a group designed to help people become mediums and channels, or also help people who have already, tapped into mediumship and channeling, but would like to further their development. But we all go through it, right? We think, okay, I'm heading in this direction. I'm doing there. Hi, Bob. And then suddenly it's like the rug gets pulled out from underneath you, or the door gets shut in your face. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would be like, well, if one door closes and another one opens, or if God closes a door, he always opens a window. That's easier said than believed when you're in those moments of being like, it's not only do I feel lost, but like it's quiet. It seems kind of dark, last week I talked a little bit about dark night of the soul. So sometimes this can be a side effect of dark night of the soul, right? Of just being like, what am I doing here on this planet? And one of the things that I have just come to learn to practice, I'm not going to even say that I have it handled, but I do my best in those moments when I feel lost or uncertain to just give myself space and to just give myself time. Just relax. There's nothing that you have to force to happen. You don't have to make it happen. I mean, I know you've probably all heard this saying, like, the best laid plans. Like, if you make plans, God laughs. I think it's more, I don't know that God laughs at your plans, but I think it's more that the universe is just saying, it's not really going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out anyway. So maybe just relax and let things come together as they will. A great example is that I was supposed to be at a speaking event at the end of this month, and I literally just found out a few hours ago that they had moved it to the end of March, but I had already booked my airline tickets. I had already booked my hotel. I had already planned on, it was a speaking event, an event that I'm speaking at. And then I'm like, okay, so I can be cranky and I can be upset that that's, didn't work out the way I wanted it to, or the plan. And if you were here last week, I gave you a couple of trick questions to ask when things are not quite going the way that you want them to. You can ask, what's right about this I'm not getting? What's right about me I'm not getting? Or what's the beauty underneath this? And I get that in those times when we feel like we're lost, or we feel like, we're like, yeah, who am I? What am I doing? Am I in the right place? Maybe I'm in the wrong place, Who am I talking to? Who am I helping? What am I offering? Right? And it's easy to get into the head tripping about it, like where you're like thinking about everything and you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to get it right and avoid getting it wrong. Instead of one way to get out of feeling lost is just do something. Just choose something. There is no right or wrong, good or bad. Just choose something. See what happens. See what it creates. Or that's one choice. You could just be like, okay, I'm just going to choose something. And I'm just going to move forward with my life. I don't know what it's going to create. And I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just going to choose, right? Or you can actually, one of the choices you can make, you could also just choose to relax. Just let it be. Be in a, what's the word? Like a relaxed state, restful state, like just chill out. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Adrina. She said, this is so helpful, reaffirming. Absolutely. So, yeah, and it's like, I'm also going to gamble that a lot of you watching this and listening to this are futurists. And you know how I know you're futurists? Because you're psychic. And you know you're psychic because you're here, because this is psychic development, at its finest. But if you're like aware of a future, and this is me to a T, oh my gosh, I am so aware of a future that is possible or coming that I get way into the future, planning it, creating it, making it happen. And then it doesn't actually come to fruition for like 3 years. And then I'm like, somehow, I don't know, upset at myself that it didn't come to fruition sooner. And then it comes together 3 years later. And I'm like, oh, how aware was I of this future, right? You're aware of a future, and that can also cause angst in the moment, because it's like, well, I know this future's coming, or I know these things are coming into my life and I'm making these changes. You might have an idea that you're going to move, and you're going to move to this great place, right? And it's really easy to get into the move long before you've ever bought the house or done the due diligence to actually move. Maybe you know that you're going to create something, and you're like I've already written a book and I'm going to write another book. And it's been this like push, pull. like I know the book is there, but then I get into this like, why isn't it coming together faster? And what's right about this I'm not getting. Those moments where you're just like, oh, it's just not happening fast enough. But it's because you're aware of a future and you're trying to force that future into the now. And one of the greatest tricks, here's your your current trick of the day, is to just be here now. When you are meant to make your next steps, you'll know. When the book is meant to be written and published and all that stuff, you'll know. When it's time to move, you'll know. And even if you're getting close, like even if you're like, I know we're moving like in the next couple weeks, can you still be here now and not planning or scheduling or trying to figure out what you're doing in the future? And I'll tell you this often because I'm a futurist. That's where I get stuck. I get into the future so much that I'm not in this present moment. And then there's other people that just regret and have shame and guilt and regret about their past. And they're in the past so much, they're not in the present moment. But there's this beautiful gift that is right here, right now. It's a moment that you can't even plan for. I don't actually plan these conversations with you. I do choose the topic, but then I just kind of let whatever comes through to come through. Because I know that more magic will show up if I'm willing to just be here in the moment. If you're feeling like you're lost, you're probably somewhere in the past or the future. Hi, Beth. Hi, Liz. Welcome. Life is what happens when you're making other plans, but make plans. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and, make a plan, but don't be attached to how it looks either, right? And life happens when you're actually living your life, but it happens moment by moment. It literally doesn't happen hour by hour. It happens minute by minute. Because right now we're here in this minute, and the minute before that's already the past. And by the time I'm done talking about that minute's going to be the past. There'll be a new minute, and then the minute after this is the future. So if we can you're only lost because you feel like you should be somewhere else other than where you are. So how do you be where you are without an expectation of the future or a regret from the past? To just be like, okay, I chose what I chose yesterday or a minute ago, And that's the past. What's the magic of the moment right here, right now? What's the miracle in this moment? Just, it's a miracle to me that you're here with me and we're talking. Well, I'm talking, but I can perceive your energy. And I'm super grateful for those of you who come and watch and listen now and in the future. But I can perceive your energy that is like, oh, cool, there's actually people out there listening. What can I contribute to you today? What magic can we become aware of together in this moment? Try this. Lower your walls and barriers, even the ones you don't know about. Lower them more and more. And don't worry, you created them, and so you can pick them back up in a second. But I want you to just perceive, what are you aware of in this moment? With no walls, no barriers. Are you aware of a loved one nearby? Are you aware of the earth beneath your feet? Are you aware of the other people that are here with us today? What are you aware of? Awesome. We miss so much of this magic that is right here, right now, because we think we're lost somewhere. There's somewhere else we should have been or are supposed to be, or we already know there's somewhere else we will be. Right? But if we can reel ourselves back in, the breath, and beautiful. Yep. Simon, I need to just blink like I dream of Jeannie. Yep. Love for all things. Beautiful. So, and when we lower our walls and barriers, I haven't talked about it in a while, but walls and barriers are this fake pretense that somehow it's protecting us from the outside world or whatever. Walls and barriers are not protection. They just keep us separate. So if we lower our walls and barriers, how much more present can we be? Because when you're let's just imagine that you're in a bell jar, right? And you're like, this energy is like pinging off. You have these thoughts and you're worried about this and anxious about this and, feeling lost and uncertain about this and blah, 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 right? All these things. And you've got these walls and barriers you think that are protecting you, but actually now all this energy is pinging off of the glass sides and just like pong. There's all this energy going back and forth and ping, 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 ping. So just lower those walls and barriers even more and breathe. Andrina, the breath, yes. Take a deep breath. Maybe it feels like it's a little bit more fresh. The air is a little bit more clean, right? Whatever's happening in the outside world will still be there whenever you get around to it. So I was actually on a call with one of my team members. We were going through some stuff, and that's when I was like getting the information that, the event had been changed and moved and all that stuff. And then at first I was just like, like all this like energy came up, and I just thought, okay, lower my walls and barriers. Is this the end of the world? No. Is it all going to work out? It's all going to turn out one way or another. So, am I going to die? Probably not. know it's extreme, but a lot of us go there. Like we think that something bad happens or something doesn't go according to our plan. And then suddenly we're like, I'm going to die. It's the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yes, I do periodically just break out into song. And I don't claim that I'm a good singer, but I think that's a great reminder though, because that's something for me. Like if I'm present in the moment, I do tend to break out into random songs because I say something and I'm like, oh, that's that song, right? And then there comes the laughter and the joy and the ease, right? Have you ever noticed that the anxiety and the I feel fun, yes, the anxiety and the frustration and the lostness, uncertainty, whatever it is that you're experiencing, is because you are not here right now. You are lost in your thoughts about the future or the past. And all we got to do is bring ourselves to here, right now. And that's a great reminder, Andrina, because the breath is a great way to get yourself present. Just breathe. Notice your breath. Follow it in. Follow it out. Relax. Let the burdens go. Let the thoughts go. Let the anxiety go. I know sometimes when we're in it, it's not as easy. It doesn't seem as easy to just let it go, which is why I just want to keep inviting us back to, let's come back to this moment. Lower our walls and barriers. I'm so glad to hear that. And Gina and Beth. Very cool. Right? None of it is the end of the world. And if and when that someday the world does come to an end, it will just be the end. Like I just think it's so funny that we get so spooled up and spun out about like the world could come to an end someday. Yes, you know what? I'm going to break it to you. I know some of you don't realize that this is actually true for you, but you're going to die someday. Your life will someday come to an end. Now, whether you live to be 900 or 100 is totally up to you, but you will die someday. It will come to an end. This body will come to an end, right? Just like the leaves on the trees come to an end, right? And when they come to an end, they fall to the earth. They become compost. When your body dies, your body becomes compost. And then new life comes out of it. There's this really cool thing that I found out about that I really don't think I'm going to die for a very, very long time. But, someday this body will end. And I really like the things that they're doing right now with the like planting. They take your body when your body dies and plant a tree seed and then wrap you around it. And then the tree grows out of, and then you become part of the tree. I just thought that was really cool. Yep. And yep, absolutely. The body is the only thing that dies. You, the being, do never die, right? But this body will die, right? Some trees will die. Some your animals die. As sad as that is, sometimes there's an ending. But every time there's an ending, there's a new beginning. But we can't plan for, or it's not really it's not well, just for me, I wouldn't say it's a very valuable use of my time to be anxious about when am I going to die, how am I going to die, what's going to happen, right? Instead, or the end of the world or whatever. It's like, okay, Let's bring ourselves back. Because I felt everybody kind of go to death and dying and, right? Didn't mean to bring up anything for anybody, but the point being, okay, notice how all of a sudden now you're anxious about dying, or you feel sad because you lost somebody or whatever. Bring yourself back right here, right now. Take a breath. And what can you acknowledge about this moment? What are you grateful for about this moment? Relax. Life will unfold beautifully, and you will be experiencing far more magic and miracles than you ever imagined possible, the more you can just be here now. Because that's where the intuition comes in, and the whispers, and the awareness of even the beings around you, your spiritual team, maybe some of your ancestors, right? Everything is energy. Somebody said that. Everything is energy. Energy never dies. Yep. Everything is energy. But notice how much more we miss the energy of the moment because we're in our heads overthinking something. Hanchi, complete peace. Yep. Awesome. Right? Like, just breathe. Feel your feet on the floor. Let yourself be here in this magic moment. Maybe feel the breeze on your face, or yeah, cool. So we're going to do a really cool meditation after this short little break. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.
Om Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Om Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Om Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Om Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Om Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Om Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Om Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you again for all of those of you who've been commenting and keeping me going. That's really nice. I appreciate that. And I'd like to do a guided visualization meditation to just maybe contribute to bringing us more into the present moment and letting ourselves find the beauty in feeling lost and uncertainty. Welcome, Kimberly. Nice to have you. So finding a comfortable seat. If you're in a place where you can close your eyes and relax. Really allow yourself to just feel your feet on the floor. Maybe you're lucky enough to be somewhere where it's warm enough where you could feel your feet on the ground. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, Exhale out and relax. Relax from the tip of your head down to the tip of your toes and the tip of your fingers. Relax your shoulders down your back. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, and exhale out. And lowering the walls and barriers, even the ones you don't know about. And just so you know, when you feel yourself reacting to something, that is an act of bringing those walls up. So if you're in a space of like something happens and you react, just lower your walls and barriers. Expand your awareness out and just let yourself become present. Move into the moment. Breathe in, exhale out. And feel your body relax. Please do not feel like when you meditate or visualize that you have to leave your body. You can include your body in your being on this adventure. So just intend to include your body in your being. And in this visualization today, the body is a beautiful gift to help us be present in the moment because of all the senses, all the beautiful senses that we have. So I want you to imagine yourself and your body in one of your favorite places on the planet. And you look around you, and what do you see? Maybe observing the tiny details of a flower and a bumblebee. Have you ever noticed how nature invites us to this beautiful present moment when we enjoy the beauty? Like when the snowflakes fall from the sky. It's so quiet, so peaceful. I don't know what that is about snow, but it just seems like everything gets so quiet. Just take a look around. What do you see? What do you smell? Maybe you're near the ocean and you can smell the sea, or you can smell the flowers and the trees and the forest. There's this beautiful hot springs underground in Ouray, Colorado, and it's called the Singing Caves. It has the most beautiful resonance when you're in there and you're singing and the sounds bounce off the walls. And there's this harmony between you and the earth and your voice. Just allowing yourself in this place that you love so much. What do you hear? What do you feel? Can you feel the sun's warmth or the warm water? But allow your senses of your physical body to come alive, even as you just imagine being in your favorite place, one of your favorite places on the planet. And as you're taking in the sights and the sounds and the feelings, and the taste, what do you taste in the air? But as you perceive all this energy and all this awareness that your body is giving you, inviting you to enjoy this present moment in this magical place. And as you're receiving all this communication from this place through all your senses, lower your walls and barriers even more. Breathe in, exhale out. Allow yourself to feel this place. And now I want you to become aware of this simultaneity of gifting and receiving that is happening between you and this place. You receive its beauty. You receive the beautiful sights, the senses, the feelings, the smells, the tastes. And in your appreciation, your gratitude for this beauty, when you stand in a snowstorm or as the snow is falling, and you appreciate every little snowflake that touches your skin or lands in your gloves. Appreciating that no snowflake is exactly the same. Just like you and I are not exactly the same. But all snow comes from water. We all come from the same energy and source energy. But your gratitude, your appreciation for what you can feel, sense, see, hear, taste. Gives energy back to the energy that is coming to you. Now imagine yourself sitting in your favorite restaurant or one of your favorite restaurants, and you've ordered a meal that is divine. And you're so excited about it because you've had it before. You know that it's just a wonderful meal. But I want you to take in the ambiance, take in the place that you are seated. Notice the smells. And what do you hear? Maybe there's some music playing in the background, or you hear people talking and laughing and enjoying themselves. And you're so grateful that you get to enjoy a meal at your favorite place again. And maybe you order something off the menu that you have never ordered before, but you know that this restaurant has always brought amazing meals. Or maybe you order something that you love. But when it comes, you just savor the presentation, how it looks, how they presented it, how they garnished it, how pretty it looks. Or yummy. Maybe it doesn't necessarily look pretty to you, but it looks yummy, right? And then allow yourself to enjoy that first bite, where you feel that tingling from the tip of your head to the tips of your toes and your fingers, where you feel this rush of euphoria. You just enjoy it. Enjoy the flavors. Every little nuance of taste that goes around in your mouth, the smells that come in your nose, and that gratitude, that enjoyment that you have in that moment of that food is giving energy back. You've received something yummy and you taste it and you enjoy it, and you give energy back to the earth in your enjoyment. Did you know it's your joy that heals the world? If you'd like to heal the planet or change the planet, it's your joy that will do it. So enjoying every moment, and that becomes that simultaneity of gifting and receiving. And when you're in that moment, everything else disappears. You don't have to worry about when the next paycheck will come, or if this person will take one of your classes, or if you're gonna save the world or not. Each moment that you enjoy, you contribute to making the world a better place. Your laughter, your joy, your enjoyment is a gift. It's like when somebody you love gives you something that a gift, and they will really wanted to give to you, and you receive it with so much gratitude. That receiving of that gift is a gift back to them. If you turn away a gift, if you turn away from the present moment, you miss the magic. You miss that simultaneity of gifting and receiving. So just receive it. Enjoy it. Allow your physical senses to be awakened. And then maybe let's imagine yourself moving your body in a way that you love to move. Imagine yourself dancing around the room to your favorite music, or dancing outside in the rain. Are we worrying about getting wet? Or are we dancing in the rain? There's no right or wrong, good or bad choice. There just might be a more enjoyable choice. So you're not wrong if you don't want to dance in the rain. Right? Or circumstances have that you can't do that physically right now. But you can imagine it. You can still have the joy of embodiment. The body doesn't know the difference between you doing something, actually doing it, or you imagining it. So us imagining these places that we love, and this food that we love, and moving our bodies the way that we love, the body is enjoying it. Let yourself enjoy it. Feel it. Feel the muscles move. Feel the wind in your hair. Feel it. And breathe in. And exhale out. What if we could even take those moments of struggle, of feeling lost, of being uncertain, and just enjoy it? Have you ever had a bad day and you were like, I'm just going to let myself have a bad day? Just enjoy it. You're not wrong if you want to just be in your own pity party for a little while. I give myself some time sometimes. I'm like, okay, you've got an hour, or you have a day. You want to feel sorry for yourself or be sad, or, it's okay. But enjoy that moment without the need to fix it or change it or make it something that it's not. One of the keys to changing something that's not working for you is to actually enjoy it. When you acknowledge it and enjoy it, it has room to move and change. When you resist and react and put your walls and barriers up, it sticks you. And it sticks around far longer than it needs to. So lower the walls and barriers even more. And just be present in this moment, right here, right now. And I want you to just become aware that you are surrounded by ascended masters and archangels and your spiritual team maybe your ancestors. But you have so many spiritual beings that are here to support you. And one of them today has a message for you specifically. And as that being steps forward, what do they look like? How do you feel? We're only asking for those that are here for our highest and best. So, and maybe it's one or two. Maybe there's a collective that would like to speak to you. Just allow yourself to be aware. Maybe there's a smell that you become aware of when they come close to you. What do you see? How do you feel? And they have a message for you. Just receiving their message. And maybe you can hear it. Maybe you just have a knowing, a sense. Maybe they show you symbols. Maybe they're giving you symbols as representation. However you receive the message, just trust it. Trust that it came from them. It's probably something that you already knew, and they just confirmed it. Maybe it's something else. Maybe they would really like you to know something else today. Receiving the message. Let it wash over you. Just like receiving a gift. Receiving it with gratitude. Breathe in, exhale. Thanking them for their message, their gift for you today. When you're ready, slowly start to open. breaking up. Just becoming aware of the space around you again. Breathe in. Exhale. Mm. Mm. Yay. So glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I hope you enjoy more and more of the present moment. Yes, and a resource. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Have a great week.